Coming to you from the Strings and Things studio in Ventura, California, I'm Karin.
I'm Katie.
I'm Anne.
And this is the Strings Unraveled podcast.
Hello.
A little bit of fun.
That was because I told Anne she had to sit closer to her microphone.
There is a joke I saw on Instagram of this illustrator drew like porcupine people walking around the grocery store, and it says something about like, did you know that it's not at all illegal to just go somewhere and scream at the top of your lungs? And ever since I shared that with Dante, he's been like, Mom,
Today's the day.
and I'm like, no. But we were at Winco on Sunday.
And
There was a child in there
who was following
screaming
that?
at the top of his lungs.
How old was he, though?
Like 3, maybe.
Okay, that's understandable.
Hold on, let me tell you
Hold
more.
on. Oh, wait.
There's more. So they came in the store at the same time as me, and you're like on that cycle around the store. And there were 4 adults with this kid. Both parents and both grandparents.
Oh, gosh.
And there were 2 other siblings who were a little older, maybe like 2 years each older, and they were being very good. But this little boy, who maybe he wasn't even 3, screaming at the top of his lungs. And it, like, even 3 times, I'm fine. It's fine. But at some point, when do you take your terrible child out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, also, he's trying to communicate to you something that he doesn't have words for.
And you're not listening.
And you're just merrily going around doing your disorganized grocery shopping. 4 adults.
Wow.
There were more adults than children in this story.
There was at least one of them could have taken that child out for the benefit of the child and
Yes.
everybody else in the store.
Oh my God. So I just thought the whole time about that comic. Not illegal.
He's like, I'm not breaking the law.
This is not illegal, Anne.
But is it prudent?
That's great.
This is our 50th episode.
Oh my goodness.
I just found that out. So happy 50th
We need some,
episode,
special
everybody.
music.
I know. I'm sad I didn't know before. Otherwise, we could have planned something. We did eat a delicious dinner
we
before we
did.
started recording
did.
in honor of someone's birthday.
The podcast is older than me.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, totally.
If years are
1 month is a year in
yeah.
podcast
Yeah.
age.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so I got 7 more. No, we're just counting this one. 7 more months before.
You have to.
By the end of the year, I'll be as old as the podcast.
You have to call yourself out like that.
No.
I don't
didn't say my age. That's fun.
Yeah.
And congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
So in 4 more years, we'll be at our 100th. Mark the calendar.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. I want us to have 100. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That doesn't count our book club episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That's just regular podcast episodes. So thank you to everybody who has listened.
Yeah, wow.
That's awesome. Well, we can jump into what are we working on? Who wants to go first?
Katie, you want to go first?
Okay.
Thank you for, because you always call me, so I'm glad it's not me.
Karin, would you like to go first?
No, I would. No, I got a saga, and it'll have to, and I don't want to go first and take up all our time. Now you're curious, huh?
You can take up all our time when it's your turn.
Yeah. That's right.
I am working on a number of things. First off is the EZV. This is a class that I will be doing next month. I hadn't touched it in a minute, and then I picked it back up this week, and I was like, oh, I really like this sweater. I should keep working on it. I'm just in the
Oh, that's pretty.
the yoke at this point. I think I talked about it before, maybe when it was just in the ribbing.
Yeah, like you maybe had a little bit of the V going.
Yeah. So it's like a rusty color for the body, and then I have 3 colors of fingering sock yarn that I'm holding doubled for the color work. And that's swimming along. It's, fun because it's color work, so it keeps me moving along on it, right? The second sweater, I'm looking around because I'm just surrounded by bags of things.
Somebody came in and was like, this is the place for a bag lady.
Yes.
Like, being self-deprecating. I'm like, Yeah.
And what about it?
Me too.
Glad you agree.
Yeah.
I was hoping to finish this before this episode, but this is Luminous Summer.
Nice.
Oh, I love your colors.
Thank
Those
you.
colors.
This is
Oh,
yarn.
did you dye that yourself?
No. I found this at the stash swap like 2 years ago.
Ooh.
3 years ago.
Wow.
I don't know what this yarn is called.
The color is gorgeous.
Little yarn company.
It's this mostly purple with little hints
It's purple
of
pop.
pink.
Yeah,
That's purple.
It's
pop.
purple pop.
hot
Whatever
pink,
the designer
bright
called
purple.
it. It's purple.
I
pop.
only had like 1,000 yards of this yarn, so I was waiting for something to come up. And this sweater takes like
all of it.
700 or something for my size.
It's a lie. You're gonna
I
use
kind
all
of
of
figured
it.
it might. I have 4 skeins of it. I've just started onto my 3rd. So,
Yeah.
I have separated for the sleeves. I'm working on the body. I was
I-
hoping to finish it before.
I'd say
this,
the
but
pattern is like 25% off.
It didn't seem like
Yardage.
enough when I was helping somebody else pick out
Yeah.
yardage for it, so I made them buy an extra skein.
Yes.
So
Yeah, and I think I put a note in the supplies.
you could have. I don't know.
I meant to put a note in the supplies.
Because Anna's teaching that one as a class. So
Well, that's
I-
gorgeous. Finish it, wear it,
you will. I will.
advertise.
It's gonna be fast. I mean, I'm sure the sleeves take.
2 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they're very fast.
I'm
I'm getting ready to start my 3rd one.
nice. It's a fun pattern. It's easy. I don't have to, think too much. And somebody else just cast on for one today.
Nice.
Woohoo. So there's that. I am sad to say I forgot to bring my other project I wanted to talk about with me, but it's honestly not that exciting to look at this point. I'm making the Whidbey bag, which is a woolen pine pattern, and you've probably seen it. It's the little cinch backpack, and I'll pull up the picture of it so you can see. But you knit basically like a base, and then you are weaving in like leftovers and scraps and stuff to make this cool like dot stripy pattern.
That sounds
Cool.
adorable.
Yeah, Whidbey bag.
And super
by
creative.
Woolen pine, I think that's what I said. It's been on my list of things that I want to make for a little while. There's the Ravelry picture
that's
of it.
lovely. Is that kind of the
Oh, it's
technique they
beautiful.
use in the top? What is that top called?
No, that's
Sea glass. Or
This is different. Those are all woven in lengths
Later.
of yarn
Oh.
later.
Not stranded as you go.
No, so you're knitting a blank canvas bag, which is why it doesn't look like much because I'm using a gray color. I have the yarn.
But isn't gray awesome for color to pop off of?
Yeah. So this yarn I'm using is Cascade Hampton, which is 70% Pima cotton and 30% linen. And I have to tell you where I bought it. And
it
if
feels good.
yeah, I really am enjoying the way it works up.
Oh.
I think it was like
It's got a really lusciousness to it.
yeah, and
For real.
it seems like it's relatively reasonable because it was $11.50 and it's 273 yards, so a full skein of like a DK weight. So the place I bought this. If I'm going to tell this, what?
I'm interrupting you because
Oh,
I
yes,
returned
thank you.
your needle and I don't want it to get lost.
I threatened Anne that if she didn't return my tapestry needle, I was going to be upset.
And she came to the rescue with allowing me to use it.
So if either of you know of this place that I'm going to tell you where I bought this yarn at any point, I'm going to be mad at you because you didn't tell me.
Uh-oh.
Somebody told me that we were talking about yarn stores and like it's too bad there's not a local yarn store or somewhere nearby to buy yarn or whatever.
What?
And somebody was like, well, what about that like pop-up place in Fillmore? And I was
What?
like, what pop-up place in Fillmore? Why don't I know about it? Excuse you, tell me more.
Wait. There's a yarn store in
Wait.
our town?
Wait, it's on a yarn store.
Oh.
So I was like, who knows about this and why don't I know about it?
Yeah.
I was complaining that nobody had told me to my family, and my sister was like, oh yeah, I've been in there. I saw they had yarn. But I was like, why didn't you tell me? She's
Are
like,
you still
I
talking
figured
to her
you
now?
knew. So there's a large antique mall called Heart and Soul.
I've seen it when I drive by, yeah.
It's on the freeway
Mhm.
or highway. And they have like little booths that people can rent to display their things. In one of the back rooms, there is a large amount of yarn that this person, I don't know who this person is. If you know, or if you are this person, you have to tell me because I want to meet you if I don't already know you.
I have
Um,
sat outside in their parking lot in my car waiting for, not going in,
Yeah.
but waiting for my child to go in and get whatever he thought he
It's been
wanted
a
to
few
get.
months. that it's been there.
I know who it is.
I could.
You
have
do
been
know
in there.
who it is?
It's a husband who's quietly selling off his wife's stuff.
No. It looks like a very well
That would be very mean.
amount of
Nobody
yarn.
get ideas.
It's like yeah, you're gonna give people ideas.
I'm so glad Jim does not listen to this. Don't listen,
yeah,
Jim.
all the people listening. Now I just told them a scary story. That's
Yeah.
all.
Okay, that's what horror films are made from.
So think of like it's kind of like an old house. It's not because it's a commercial space, but like a bedroom, about half of a standard sized bedroom is about how much space this person has for yarn, and also there are knitting needles. There's some basic notion stitch markers and stuff, and like the what's that nice brand that sells the stitch markers and
Coco.
yeah, Coco Knits. They sell their accessories. They also have some sewing supplies, like sewing machine needles and things like that. Like bag making kits with like leather handles and really cool stuff. And
Wow.
Malabrigo yarn, lots of Malabrigo, Cascade.
This is not just her stash. This is
Like she's buying and populating this space.
It could
That
be
is
somebody
so cool.
trying their hand
Yeah.
at having a yarn store. So
Well, what a clever place
I guess
to
I
do
have
it.
to go shop there.
Yeah.
So if you go to Heart and Soul, you go into the shop and then down there's like a ramp that takes you down to like more, in the back, and it's back in one of those back rooms. But I was super excited to find yarn in my town. So I bought 2 skeins of this Cascade yarn, but they had Rios, they had Malabrigo sock, they had
Wow.
and some other small indie dyer sock yarn brand I can't remember. And the woman who rang me up, I don't think she was the owner, I didn't ask. She was saying that this woman was also going to start bringing in her own hand-spun and hand-dyed stuff, too.
That is just what I needed to get me to go on my bicycle. So I ride my bike.
There you go.
And as a treat, I will get
You
some
go
yarn.
buy some yarn. So yeah, if
There's a song in there
either of you had
somewhere.
known about that and not told me, that's why I was going to be mad at you.
Oh yeah.
But I've been
no.
sitting on that story for like 2 weeks.
Oh no.
Oh my
But I
gosh.
didn't tell you because I saved it. So,
That's awesome.
and then what I am currently working on in my hands is a baby blanket for I guess I can talk about it because this will come out in September. The Childhood Cancer Awareness Month event that we are doing. I'm making a little NICU baby blanket. This yarn is Lion Brand Ice Cream Big Scoop, one giant ball of yarn.
Cute.
And
What,
I was looking
what
at
flavor is that ice cream?
what do they call it? Lemon meringue.
Oh yum! I would have that.
I was looking at the colors when I was at Michael's, and I was like, pink,
It's like a lemon
blue,
ice.
green. What color should I pick? And then I looked down at my bright yellow shirt that I was wearing, and I was like, I'm gonna buy the yellow one. And I'm doing a basic corner to corner blanket, so easy peasy. And that's what I'm working on.
Very nice. What am I not working on? So I'm still working on my sweaters I talked about last time, very intermittently.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's getting close. Like the holidays are coming.
Yeah.
It's going to be here before we know it. So I have finally picked up my family's stockings that will be a Christmas Eve handmade gift exchange gift
Mm-hmm.
that I started the fall of the summer fire. So
The Thomas Fire?
Thomas Fire, thank
Uh-huh.
you.
Wow.
So that was 2017. So they have
Mhm.
been languishing for 5 years.
Nice.
And every
This
year,
is the year.
yeah, every year I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And then it's like November 29th.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't make that many in a year. That's why you put it up the first year or in a month. So, here we are in August. I picked them up
It's
about 2 weeks
September.
ago. Well, I am sitting in August.
True.
So by the time you hear this, I will have been working on them in a committed fashion for 2 weeks already.
Woohoo.
So I stopped with Dante's almost done. His is like 2/3 of the way done. And thankfully he's still, so I'm picking charts of things they like
That's a big stocking.
and making charts. It is a nice big stocking. It's like as long as my arm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not done. It has like 12 more rounds before I start the foot.
It's so cool, though.
So he has the Deathly Hollows, tea, and tea pot, and the ocean, and a T-Rex, because he's a big Jurassic Park fan.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing you cannot see is he plays Magic the Gathering. And I asked him what color does he play, because they all have symbols.
Uh-huh.
And he plays red and green. So I'm doing the tree and fire, which are the symbols for those colors.
Cool. And he
then
still likes all those things.
he
since
still
you
likes all
started
these
it?
things. I think he likes Harry Potter less, because
Mm.
I think that was a little bit more an influence of a friend that he doesn't talk to as much anymore. But we all still like Harry Potter. We can just not like the author.
Yeah.
So I've got Alexander's all the way designed. He's into D&D now, which he wasn't
Ooh.
then. So I'm gonna do 2 rows of these
Oh,
dragons
that's awesome.
and a
Those are
big
fantastic.
A D20.
a D20 die and these little kitties because he
Mhm.
loves cats. And then it's a coffee pot, and there'll be room for 2 of these mugs.
Cute.
And then Kevin, I'm a little stuck. No, I think I have him all the way. All right. A Death Star.
Yes.
And a TIE Fighter.
Love it.
And these are hard to
TIE
read.
fighters.
These are hard. I'm sorry. That's an X-Wing. Pardon me. So I did the TIE Fighter chart on Dante's.
Gosh, that's
and it's
so
a
cute.
little hard to read.
They would
I
know.
think. Yeah,
They'll
know.
know.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
Yeah. And then Kevin gets all the magic symbols.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing this little star as a tribute to his favorite author, Kurt Vonnegut.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys remember in Slaughterhouse-Five, there's a
didn't
little
read it.
illustration of a simple line drawn starburst. So you guys should read it and then find out what that's all about.
Okay. Cool.
The Instagram account of Secret Buttholes comes to mind. And then I still have to design mine.
Nice.
So I
And
don't
you
know.
have one more member of your family.
Oh, I finished Mirabella.
Oh,
Thanks. I'm sorry. That's old news. Sorry. I don't know if we were podcasting back when I finished that. So Mirabella's has been long finished.
Mm.
I finished that the November of 2017.
Because it was pink and fun.
Yeah. She gets pandas, which I think she still likes pandas. This is all like tough luck, kid. She has pandas, a big pretty flower that's in burgundy and a like lilac color
Does it
background.
have like a happy face on it, or is it just a design and it'll?
It's
Yeah,
just a
something simple.
design. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just speckles in the middle. Some cute hot pink hearts and some like unicorn style carousel horses.
Cute.
Which it was so easy to turn them into unicorns, and it made the chart easier because it made a less of
There you
a
go.
like a
Less
shorter
of a gap.
float.
Mhm.
Yeah. So she's done. That's old news. She's been in the bag for 5 years. And they are nice size stockings.
That is I would be
You
happy
can
with
fill
a stocking stuff
plenty.
like that.
Yeah. Don't let James see this, right?
Yeah.
Good and
He's like,
stretchy,
"You have to
Katie.
make me a new one." I should knit giant stockings because we usually open them with like my family
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else has regular size stockings. I want to pull out like a giant stocking.
I found giant ones at the dollar store one year because every year for so many years it's been like buying junk temporary ones because it's been a goal since Alexander was a baby to come
Mhm.
up with a good custom stocking. So
This
that
is the
is
year.
my big thing. And then so 2 sweaters, the stockings,
Mm-hmm.
and then I forgot to put one of my classes on the Google Calendar, which rules our lives, right?
Yes.
If it's not on the Google Calendar, it doesn't happen.
How would we know?
Right? And I kept thinking it was like far away, so
Oh.
I didn't need to finish my
Your sample?
sample still, and I had plenty of time to promote it because there's only one person in it, and that one beautiful person showed up on Sunday and said, "Where are you?"
Oh no!
So I ran over. Luckily, I was already like up and kind of ready. So I ran over here and we started our felted clog.
Mhm.
So I finished one felted
I
clog.
love the size of an unfelted clog.
It's like a giant
The-
Christmas stocking.
So this is a Fiber Trends pattern felted clog. I'm gonna have
One
to
of the
offer it again.
best. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it's too good of a class for only
Those
one
colors are so
person.
pretty.
Isn't it fun? So this is just patents, like a taupe color of patents. I think they call it heather or something.
But the other color, is that an ombre or did you make it that way?
It's Curion.
Oh, Curion.
Yeah, I don't know what color it was. And I just
nice.
ran into Fabric Town and grabbed 2. One was going to do it. But it's going to be, I don't want to return it and it'll be fine. I'll still have to make another pair that's going to be a forever sample.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to make these along with the class, but you shouldn't, and then I'm going to give them to Mirabella. And you shouldn't bring used footwear as a sample.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt you, but I just remembered. Oh, never mind.
No.
No. It's for next segment.
Oh, okay. You finished it.
Sorry.
Another one.
Ooh.
So now I'm thinking, am I going to give... Because I kind of have ideas for colors for everybody, and it's so fun to do. And then you just felt them all at the same time.
But look, stockings and
Yeah.
clogs.
So I want to wrap
This is for
it.
your presents, and this is for your feet.
Yeah. I want to wrap it in some like socks and shoes wrapping of some sort. So I've given Katie a mission to like look for fabric that has that.
Oh, yeah. Socks and shoes.
It's not a serious mission, so don't worry.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't exist.
So if I am doing that, then I have 3 of 10 clogs done.
That's a lot of clogs.
That is a lot of clogs. I started another corner to corner in blue,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
Nice.
Dun, 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 dun.
Da-da-da.
I'm resisting casting on a sweater that the yarn came for,
Ooh.
but I really want to finish those other 2 sweaters before I allow myself to start any new sweaters.
So good for you.
It is. I feel really virtuous.
And we're not going to talk about the sweater that none of us have touched
Oh,
for
yeah,
a
we're
month.
working.
Nah, I didn't even bother to bring it because I haven't touched it in a month.
I
But
want to work on it. Where did I put it, though?
I went on vacation and it was going to be hot, and you know that's really double-stranded wool is hot. I'm a whiner,
Yeah.
so not that the silk and the alpaca and other stuff in my hands isn't, but somehow I don't mind that.
Seems different.
It's different.
It's smaller, too. It's not a whole sweater in your lap, right?
That's true.
So,
Although when you're outside, it's kind of hard to. Anyway, so.
Yeah, you don't have to work on it till you want to.
Exactly. We didn't set it. It's an open-ended
I
project.
think Xenia finished hers.
She
so.
did.
She did. So.
I bet hers looks great. She should wear it to torture us.
Yes.
Maybe when it gets cooler.
Yeah. What are you working on, Karin?
Okay, so I have some great. I really liked my Reefs and Atolls cowl, but right now it's currently, in the control of it is currently still with Anzula. But I want to make more, and I've joined the Let's Have Multiple of the Same Project at a Time club.
Welcome to the club.
It's wonderful.
It is wonderful.
So I had some mini skeins that I'd gotten from different places. I got these really, I'll get that later. Some neon brights from Teal Torch Knits. Did I do this last month? I don't think so. And I wasn't sure at first because look at these, aren't these gorgeous?
Those are neon. I feel like I've seen them before, but maybe not the project.
Maybe, yeah. So I had a couple skeins, full skein. It takes 2 full skeins, or like 1.5 full skeins of a fingering weight yarn as your main color background, as your background color, and then a lot of different mini skeins for the different stripy sectional. It's a Tunisian cowl that's worked flat but joined as you go, so it looks like it's in the round, and you're doing an increased row every inch or so, inch-ish, wherever I thought it fit best in the pattern is where I wrote it. Anyway, so I've got this one set that is like a gradient. It's one of those gradients that you could start anywhere. You don't have to start from A and go to Z. You could start anywhere in the middle and it'll loop around to your first one. So I've got that going on, and I was working at that one. I was at a music festival.
I like how she dyed those. It looks like it's like she laid out the skeins kind of end to end almost.
Almost, yeah, it does look that way because they're like the perfect SherBET neon colors.
Time out.
Yeah.
Time out. I'm sorry, Karin. I went home and I said to Kevin, what do you call that orange ice cream? It's not sorbet.
Uh-huh.
And he says, SherBET. I was like, oh, that must be a Bay Area pronunciation too. He's like, there's
2 R's. I know it's not sure.
There's not 2 R's.
No,
there's
there's
not.
not.
You say it correctly, Karin.
SherBET?
SherBET is correct.
But when I was a kid, we always said SherBERT.
That's how I say it. My mom says
same.
SherBET, and it makes
But
me
there's
nuts.
We ganged up on her.
I know, because it sounds wrong.
It's SherBET. I'm sorry.
I think sherbet sounds
I
stupid, and I'm
completely
not
forgot.
gonna say it.
I'm not going to stop saying
Like,
SherBET.
as in, I bet you this is pronounced wrong.
Right.
SherBET.
Yeah, SherBET. Yep. Yep.
It's a sure bet that
So,
you're saying it wrong.
For the last month, guys, Kevin has been asking me if I have confessed. And I said, I will not be doing that until I have Katie to back me.
I knew that somewhere in the back of my brain, but I can't make myself believe that that's the right way to say it. I don't like it.
Without
SherBET.
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 Sherbet. Ugh, I hate it.
You feel like a frog when you're saying it.
Sherbet.
Sherbet, like ribbit, sherbet.
So that is beautiful SherBET yarn.
Sherbet. So
Alrighty.
sherbety.
I swear,
sherbety.
for like a month. But I almost had him in my camp of like he was really doubting himself. I almost got him just as good.
Oh.
But so for a month he's been like, when are you gonna confess, Anne? So,
Well, okay.
I'm sorry.
I hadn't even thought about it, but okay, thank you.
It's been weighing on Anne's mind. And Karen's like, oh, okay.
So, you know what I say to that? Shame on you, Kevin. It wasn't important enough.
Bless your heart, Karen.
Anyway, so that's one. So I have my neon
It's
rainbow,
gorgeous.
which sherbet. That's our joke now. But the background color is white with neon speckles.
That's
but
gorgeous,
it's nice because nothing pools too much. But I've got so many different kinds of stitches. It's really fun to see how it's playing out. So I've got one super bright in your face variation, and that was from Teal Torch.
Yep.
Knits yarn. Teal Torch yarn. The other one I got my Gilmore Girls inspired yarn that I spent a lot on because I got like 8 or 9 skeins of the various kinds. I went crazy. One of them was a mini skein set, and most of it's out of my reach and crinkly, so I'm not going to go for that. I'm not going to show them all, but they're all goldens and autumnals, and I love this color. I think this one was like supposed to be Williams Hardware Store.
Pretty. It looks
but
like an autumn walk.
An autumn walk. With one, instead of having one color per stripe, since I decided I don't want to waste any, if I have any left over, I'm just tying it onto the next little mini skein and continuing, so it looks more of a gradient. I'm like, why am I wasting this? But in the second one, I'm mixing a sock yarn with a Surrey alpaca blend. It's called I Smell Snow.
Aww.
And it's that creamy white, but it's got pale hints of green and purple.
Pretty. I thought I saw like a little purple.
Yep, there's little purpley blue, green. Anyway, so I'm doing that one. And then some friends of ours had their very first baby, and we and while they're the worship leader and his wife, and the two of them lead worship at our church, and while they were gone and they had a guest, and those of us who were still there were singing, one of the worship leader, he has very to the shoulders curly hair, and they always pulls back into like a man bun or a poof, more of a poof. And we thought, oh, wouldn't it be so cute if the little baby had a poof? And thus the baby bun beanie was born. So I had the baby size finished, but I'm working on one for the mom because I got a boucle from Knit Picks, but it only comes in natural. So I dyed it with the different shades. I studied pictures of him, so I knew the different shades that are in his hair. And that one, I'm not sure if I like how it turned out, or if somehow it felt, like you get this concept in your mind and you're so excited, and it seems so amazing in your head, and then you work out and you're like, okay, that's just okay.
I feel like that's how everything I've ever designed works.
Oh, that's adorable.
That was pretty cute.
No, that's so cute.
Okay, so they have these things for your hair called little donuts. I think they're like bun forms, and they're basically little sponge, not sponge, whatever.
Yeah.
Plastic sponge donuts.
Netting. Yeah.
Netting, and you put your hair in a ponytail and you pull it through the center and then you spread it out so it looks like you've got more hair than you do. I should do that. Anyway, so I made the little baby hat and I figured out how to, instead of wrapping it around and around and around, which would be annoying,
Yes.
I used a crochet hook.
Nice.
So I could do loops above, inside, outside, and just pull the loop through to make a chain, and that fills in the center. So
That
there's
looks adorable.
There's little babies too.
and mom, and I got a bigger one for mom. I made just see little bun and baby bun.
Yep.
Oh, that's gonna be so funny.
So she brought the baby last Sunday, and I kind of let her in on it. She's like, "So Garrett doesn't know about this." Oh, there's his name. Sorry.
Oh.
And she goes, "I'm so in. I'm in. I'm for it."
I think that you should get some less nice yarn and you should make for the whole worship team.
Well,
And one Sunday you all are wearing them.
funny you should say that. I have some less nice yarn that I brought. I ordered it from Hobby, whatever.
Yeah, who knows?
The place in Norway. And it came today. And what's really interesting is you're going to see this. I have not done anything to open this package, but this gaping gap
Oh man.
where it is completely ripped open.
And the yarn's just exposed. There's not like an inner bag
I
or
know the
anything.
naked yarn from
Oh
Norway
my
is here.
God.
The yarn is, I have not
Denmark.
done Denmark. Thank you. I knew it said Nord, so that
Yeah.
got stuck in my head.
Their new
Post Nord.
like I'm so over them. Their new shipment managing that changed
It
right
only
after
took
I
2
was
weeks.
Only.
Okay, they're coming from across the other side of the world,
I know,
people.
But
It's
remember when I got
okay.
excited about it? It took 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
You lucked out.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
okay.
they just totally changed. After I was like, woo! They totally changed the way they managed their
Because I
shipment.
ordered some right after that. I was like, this takes forever.
This sucks. What we're
So,
looking at.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open from a different end so you can take a picture of it. I actually took a picture of this so you could share. This is
Okay.
what the Fillmore Post Office does. And okay, so is it being a Karin, name not intended, to hold someone accountable when they mess something up about you? I know that there's times where people's expectations of customer service can be unreasonable, but okay, they shoved this into our little box and it did not fit.
Yeah.
This should have been put on my doorstep. They bring other stuff, but they have shoved things in where the boxes
Yeah.
and stuff got
Our mailman does
damaged
that too.
before.
Oh,
And
same guy.
Probably.
so I did drive over to the post office and I said, this is how we pulled it out of our box, and
Mhm.
it took a lot to get it out because it was shoved in.
Yeah.
Please don't do that in the future. Just put it on our porch. You put other things on the porch. Okay, so now that it's here,
Why would it be Karening to complain when you've been mistreated in a true fashion? Your package was damaged.
see now if I had said without actually inspecting it, I want the dollar value of this. Somebody's going to pay. That's kind of being a Karen.
Yeah, because if the yarn is fine,
The
but
yarn
it's
is
not,
fine,
it couldn't ha-
but
you
I'm
know, it
bringing
could have
it-
not been.
I'm bringing
Yeah.
it to their attention because this could have been damaged.
Yeah.
So.
No,
And I
think
might have
that's
exaggerated on how to the
appropriate.
post office on how long it took to get it. But so I haven't actually seen it yet, but they do have a less expensive yarn. Oh, see, I almost lost my candy.
Aw.
They gave me candy. So I haven't tried this yet. So this yarn
Oh,
is
that's
called
perfect.
Curly.
and I might redo because the first one I did that was so pretty. That's alpaca merino, and you probably don't want to do that to a new mom.
Yeah, maybe.
But I also didn't want to wait because you guys told me it was going to take forever to get here. So I didn't want to wait. But it feels really soft. This Go Handmade, a stylish sheep wool looking yarn spun with loops. It is polyester, nylon, and acrylic.
Can I see?
Yeah, but feel it. It feels
feels
really
nice.
nice.
I wouldn't want well, maybe. I was gonna say I wouldn't want a sweater, but it feels pretty soft.
Yeah, it doesn't. It feels soft. It doesn't. It feels like premium acrylic, not the squeaky
Yeah,
stuff.
that feels good.
So I got 3 balls because they're only like $4 a ball.
Yeah.
So
Cute.
the other. Okay, so now this is a project I don't have a project for. But I'm gonna
Yarn you don't have a plan for?
Oh, it's so pretty.
Ooh, what is this?
Dulce cashmere.
Oh, I get
so
tempted by
fancy.
that. Yeah.
I'm like, this is. But look, okay, so yes, it's a pricey thing of yarn, but you have 842 yards.
Yeah.
That's a. I figured, okay, that's like 2.5 skeins, and the price is, in that case, the price
Ooh.
is very reasonable. Yeah,
Mhm.
see, as soon as you touch it, it's got the right amount of cashmere. It's only like 10%, but
It's very
but this,
pretty.
it's funny. This purpley golden sage one looked
That's
much more
pretty.
pale, but
Oh,
I
it's
looked at it over and
gorgeous.
over,
Yeah.
and I want to put them together because they both have a purpley thing going.
Mhm.
I just don't know what for.
Nice.
I'm gonna find something to design, and then I can write it off.
It's
So,
gorgeous.
anyway, but I had to show you. I intentionally
that's
did
messed
not
up.
open my bag because I wanted to show you
Yeah, a big hole. The
gaping hole. It's like if this
It's like
were
the
a
yarn
pod.
tried to escape.
It's like a pod. Yeah, it's like a pod that tried to burst open. So
Like an alien burst forth from
Hello,
the...
my darling. Hello,
You know,
my
if the alien's made of yarn, maybe I'm okay. Maybe I'm for it.
I got my last thing I'm going to get from them for a long time. It finally came in, and that's what I'm resisting starting.
Mm.
It's the cream colored, I can't remember what their tweed is called,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's cream with flecks of neon,
Ooh.
like pastel and neon. And I'm going to make a really fun cabled sweater out of it. But I can't do that for a while until I finish some stuff.
That's reasonable.
I do have something else, but I can't really show it just because it's still too much in process. I have a design that I want to make for and submit to a publication. It's crochet, but I want to take a half square triangle shape
Mm-hmm.
that's done in regular crochet,
Mm-hmm.
and then build from that on to make a sweater in Tunisian
Oh, that sounds
Ooh.
that
cool.
attaches itself. And they have this one. It's called the plump post crochet stitch. Have you seen that?
I
No.
have not.
It is really cool. It's feels like a triangular shaped bobble, but it's not a bobble.
I like a bubble.
Interesting.
So, yeah. So I thought I would their theme is called fire. So I was going to do that motif in shades of fire as a triangle going like it was a campfire.
Uh-huh.
And then the main thing just being a charcoal.
Ooh.
So you get this sideways pop, triangle pop. So you get a little bit of that triangle in the front and a little bit in the back. So, and it would be, because I discovered that when you're doing a Tunisian crochet, that if you just do it back and forth, going top to bottom or bottom to top, it doesn't have much side to side stretch.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go side to side, so that the row gauge is really the
Yeah.
width, you have all the same stretch that you would have in a knit sweater.
Very nice.
So I'm gonna play with that. I'm just in a swatching mode. And that would be it
Cool.
for
That's pretty good.
well, we're not counting other
Nope.
things.
Nope.
Only
nope.
things I'm actually touching this
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the rule.
Otherwise, we'd
Well,
be here forever.
Remember my question. How much clean underwear do you have in your drawer? That's what that feels like. How many projects do you really have started?
that's an inappropriate question. How dare you
Yeah.
ask me that?
Yeah, right.
We did talk
Exactly.
about that. One of the newbies said, how can you guys handle so many projects? And we're like, and I said, friends don't ask friends that.
Yeah. I mean, are we friends yet?
And when people ask me, it's like, well, how many projects do you have? I'm like, I have no idea.
I don't know. What's your favorite thing and how much do you have of it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that important?
I'm going to call you every evening and ask you how many drinks you've had.
Right. Yeah, that's the same thing.
And if I can answer it, then clearly not enough. Anyway, so what have you finished, Miss Katie?
I finished a couple of things. When you were talking about your clogs, it reminded me that I finished 2 pairs of felted clogs. I think it was this month because I
They
mailed
were
them
custom,
off.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 pairs of purple matching felted clogs.
Aww.
That went off to their intended recipient.
Can I just say, 100% feltable wool has gotten kind of expensive.
Yeah.
Like, this shouldn't be a terribly expensive project.
No.
But it kind of is.
I always use Knit Picks Wool of the Andes because it comes in a billion colors and it's
That's a
still
hot tip.
relatively cheap. Cheap. It's like $3.50 a ball.
Curion's
But it's an
gotten crazy
excellent-
expensive.
But you need, I figured out 3 balls per pair. It's like 3.5 for a women's size 8. So it's relatively reasonable unless you have a coupon, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished those. I finished the quilt that I talked about before. I don't remember, had I totally finished it last time, or was it just the top last time we
I
talked
think it
about
was
it?
just a top.
So I finished the quilt and I mailed it to the intended recipient, who was my aunt, who has 2 new granddaughters. So this is the adorable picture of the babies with the quilt.
Aww.
She said it was baby approved.
Oh, it goes nice in our house,
Oh, it's
too.
wonderful.
Yeah, so she picked out the colors and everything because she wanted it to match her living room. And so she mailed me a box of fabric and we discussed what to do with it. And so she was very happy with her quilt that I made her. So that's finished. I finished a sling for my water bottle because I have a giant water bottle that's heavy.
It's kind of great.
I know.
Mhm.
I never was like, I need one of those because it's like it's got a handle, but that's
Yeah.
a thing I have to hold. Like
Yeah.
that's a hand. It's nice to be able to like sling it over my shoulder. So I was looking at patterns and I didn't want to think too hard or like do any sort of gauge swatch or anything like that. So I just made it up.
Nice.
And don't ask me for a pattern because I didn't write it down. I could
Aw,
probably figure it
man.
out. But there are a billion water bottle sling patterns. I
Yeah.
You have
crocheted
sling
this
envy.
one.
Sling.
Sling envy. It took me a night to crochet it up. It
Mhm.
was easy. I finished. I think I talked about I had cut out the fabric for this quilt top called Just 12, which uses just 12 fat quarters. And this is the Tula Pink Tiny Dots bundle, which of all the Tula Pink, this is the only one I really wanted.
Oh, I like it.
So it's a rainbow color
Ooh.
of tiny polka dot colors.
I love the white with
Oh,
the
I love
pink,
it.
hot pink.
I know, I love that. Right? That's a good one.
Yeah.
I really liked the color combos because I love the yellow and the pink polka dot,
Yeah, that's cute
and
too.
this blue with the hot pink polka dot.
Ooh.
So this is an easy strip pieced quilt top
Very cute.
that was just for fun. It takes 12 fat quarters, which is a fun pattern because you could do solids, you could do all kinds of fun things. So if you have a little fat quarter bundle, that's a fun and easy project. It'll turn into a quilt someday. I don't know when.
It's adorable.
And then the thing on Instagram that I am seeing everybody make, if you follow quilters on Instagram, everybody's making totes, like quilted totes with quilted, like big blocks, basically. And I was like, that's fun. I had these string pieced quilt blocks that I used,
Ooh.
leftover scraps of, these are all cotton and steel fabrics.
Oh, I love that one.
So I had some of these little 7-inch quilt squares that I used. Like there's some selvages in there. These are all scraps from a quilt that I cut out that I haven't finished yet. But I put them together with a little matching yardage for the bottom, and I quilted
That would be an awesome
some
class.
pieces. I kept it really simple. I did like a drop-in lining, and I covered webbing that I had that was the wrong color with matching fabric. But
That's a good solution.
yeah, I thought it was, and it was cheap webbing. It was like $1.
You know what? I would
99
take
yard
that
or
as a
something.
class. I bet others would take that as a class.
It's real cute.
The strip piecing blocks were really fun, or string quilting. I don't remember
Yeah,
what they call
something
it.
like that. Yeah.
Those were really fun to make. And I was collecting them for some other project, but I was like, no, we're gonna use it for this. And then I did the quilting this morning. I just finished it.
It's adorable.
Thank you. I like it.
Yeah, that's cute.
Those are all of the things on my list that I finished this month.
As I digest that trend,
Yes.
I find it very appealing.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the things I'm not that crazy about quilting is how do you like take it out and show people how cool you are?
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah.
Somebody on Instagram that I saw was like, this was her, she said it was like her quilty street cred. It's like, so you could, bring it outside of your
House.
wherever, yeah.
Your bedroom.
Your bedroom.
Your sewing room.
Right. But there were lots of really cool ones that I saw on Instagram, and I was like, this is something I want to do.
Okay, so just to show you something like that, look at this crossbody phone thing that's just quilted.
Oh, that's cute too.
By
Is
Minky
that
Kim.
Berry? Oh, okay.
Mhm.
It's not
Cute.
Berry. It looks
No.
like that girl
Minky
Berry,
Kim.
whatever.
But-
That's adorable.
Just a strip of leather or
Mhm.
whatever, or ribbon, or...
Cute.
I love the quilted things are more than just quilts.
Yes.
Although there's some people that are quilt only.
Well, you know,
This is the one I saw
that's
that
their problem.
inspired me, but she has like cool leather
Oh,
handle
that's
straps
pretty.
with like a pretty star block.
Oh, that's
that's
lovely.
cute.
Yeah. So it would be fun if you just wanted to try out some fun block
Little
pattern
block,
or didn't
yeah.
want to, you know,
Commit to a whole quilt.
right. I thought that was kind of fun.
And it's a very practical thing that you could use every day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody needs another tote bag, right?
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
That's pretty productive.
Thank you. Anne.
Yeah. Anybody can go. You go again, Katie.
I'm done.
So, it has been a very tiring month, so I have not been very productive at nighttime. So I finished a pot holder.
Cute.
This is the ribbed pot holder from that
I love
girl
that one.
who I'm doing all her pot holder patterns.
Um,
What's her name?
Is
Yep.
that one for the club?
Yeah, that we did it last night.
Oh, fantastic.
And it was fun. There's still
yarn and chai.
Yarn and Chai. Yes, this is a Yarn and Chai pattern. It's her ribbed pot holder. Did it one color. I think it'd be kind of fun to stripe this.
Oh yeah, I like the texture.
It uses the same trick to make the ribbing as in her basket pattern when it's time to go for the inside for the lining, using the third
That
loop
third
of the
loop.
half double
Can I see
crochet.
it? Nice.
Yeah, I don't like crocheting with cotton that small.
I don't either.
Yeah. So I'm not going to do that anymore. My gauge changed.
I was wondering what that was. I wasn't gonna
It
ask.
has a noticeable dip in, and I was like trying to hurry to finish, and my gauge changed, which is also probably part of the reason my hands hurt.
Yeah.
And I finished another corner to corner. Here's the pink
Nice.
one.
Cute.
So I was starting that when we last.
I love the
Casted.
solids in the opposite corners and the
It's-
striping in this
it's the
across the,
lava cake.
diagonal.
Have you seen that there's a cotton lava cake? It's like
No.
the Karin cotton cakes, but it does this same striping thing, and it was on the
Oh.
clearance rack at Michael's for a
Ooh.
month or so.
No, I
They
didn't
might
see
still
that.
have it.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Yeah. So that's what I finished. I haven't even finished very much beading, so I'm just
That's
kind
cool.
of like sitting in my chair watching things.
Sometimes it just feels really good to space out and not do anything.
Yeah. Yes. I hear you in my head a little bit, Katie. of
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be productive right
No,
now to
you
be
don't.
valuable, Anne.
You don't have to. It feels wrong, but
Yeah.
like it also sometimes feels nice to
Yeah.
just not do anything.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Karen?
You guys mentioned Michael's, and I just want to mention a tip.
Yes.
If you have the app
Yes.
Mhm.
and either you know you're going to go in for something, check the app price first. The reason I
Oh.
say this is because I wanted an OT lamp. I finally said I really need one because I need more than just light. I need a magnifier to do fine things. My reading glasses sometimes are just not enough. And so the OT light that could be on your table or be a
Yeah.
room lamp, it was listed for $79.90 for basically 80. But when you went into the store, it was 160. And
Like even when you scanned it?
when they scanned it, it came up 160.
No, thank you.
And I said, wait, here's the app. The app says it's this much, plus you have a coupon for 20% off that I'd like to use.
Yeah, because that wasn't a discounted price. That was
No,
just
that-
what the website.
The app, yeah,
app
it wasn't not a sale price, and so I got it for the lesser price because the Michaels
Nice.
app listed it. I'm like, this
Keep
is
an eye
your
on these
own app,
people.
so
Yeah. That is a hot tip.
so make sure that you do a little bit of homework, because if it had not been for that cheaper price, I would be like, okay, bye-bye.
See,
Okay,
I worked
bye.
the system a little. I bought that same style lamp for myself from Joann's, and I exploited their buy in store
Yeah.
when it was on sale, and then the buy in store had an extra coupon because they want to create that habit. So I got it similar pricing.
Mhm.
Like you should not pay more than $80 for that lamp. Maybe 90. I bought because we bought a second one, and Kevin really needed it. And I couldn't work the sale quite so good, and it was like 90.
Mm-hmm.
But you should
Yeah.
not pay more
But
than
100,
that.
well, okay, well, not, it wasn't 160. They wanted for like basically 155.
But still, yeah.
Still, I'm like, no.
That's practically
No.
a whole nother lamp.
It was almost double what it said on the ad on their thing. So I did get one of those. So that was a something accomplished, even if it wasn't. It was still craft related accomplishment, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll tell
sure.
you what.
Okay.
Having one of those, I love that lamp. I almost can't be in my living room without it on.
Well, I'm using it because I picked one of the things I forgot to mention that I'm working on is I picked up the beaded bracelet thing again that is Starry Starry Night. I did get
Oh,
a
yeah.
different loom that I'm not sure if I like. I started to try that one again, but I know that in my brain I needed to finish this first thing that I started and get that off my head, out of my head, before I could start this other similar type project. Because it's not about the number of projects. We've established that. It's just that sometimes if my brain can only handle a certain number of each type of project.
Yeah.
So, things accomplished. What did I do? I did the
You
sewing
made
last month.
14 gorgeous cookies that were insane.
Does cookies count?
Yeah,
Baking?
Yeah,
we've
sure.
already established that when
I
you
actually made-
bake something, it counts.
Okay, so I made 25, of
Oh.
which you got the most of them, and
Thank
that was
you.
totally fine. That's what
I've
was
only let my
intended.
family each have one, and then I'm having one a night.
So you should know these cookies are 4.5 inches across. They're humongous, and they're about a half inch thick. They're a little
Yeah.
more than a quarter inch thick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're pushing on
they're
an inch actually.
brown. So for just for Anne for a special occasion. um,
You can say that it was my birthday.
It was
I
your
just don't
birthday.
want people at work to know it was my birthday.
oh, okay. Okay, and we're not saying the date. It was just a date.
Yeah.
Okay.
No one there listens to this.
Anyway,
Unless cute little Olivia is quietly a fan. That would be amazing.
so I have these. I bought a couple of these pans specifically for making these kind of cookies, these deep dish kind of cookies. You don't need a special pan for that, but it's a muffin top pan. So instead of the whole muffin, it just makes the tops.
Mm-hmm.
But it also is really good if you have a deep dish cookie to help hold that shape so it doesn't.
I saw an Instagram thing about deep dish cookies, and I was like, "This is something that I need to research."
Yes, it is.
Well, delicious.
You can borrow my pans. These pans only make 6 per pan.
Yeah, thank you. It
So,
was wonderful.
So you're making multiple batches, and I use the trick of using an ice cream scoop that has the little where you squeeze it and it releases the ball. So I get consistent cookie sizes for the most part. But it was brown butter, salted caramel, deep dish chocolate chunk,
It was.
and it was
good. Yeah.
gluten free.
Amazing.
It was delicious. So yeah, I made a bunch of those, of which, in the center, while it was cool, right after I took it out of the oven, I had these special salted caramel chocolates.
That's why they were still formed nice. So that's interesting.
Yeah. So while it was warm out of the oven, I plopped one in the middle so that it could sort of ooze a little bit, but still keep its shape. And that was an added factor. I wouldn't do that for anybody else because
Well, they were glorious.
because they were from Rishuti, which is a specialty chocolatier in San Francisco. So
They
they're
were
special
wonderful.
or just for my friend.
Wonderful.
My friend got a few of them, and I might have eaten a few just out of the box
As you should.
because they were so freaking good.
Very good.
Okay, so there was baking, and then I did some more ice dyeing. I ice dyed a t-shirt in various pinks. I was playing with that look of tie-dye that makes it look like geodes, and that was really fun. And then I feel like I'm wearing hospital scrubs or pajamas because I made a matching shirt and pants.
Nice.
It's really cute.
But it's really cute and it is so freaking comfortable. I feel like I'm
Sets are very in right now.
Yep.
Yeah, it
Cords.
looked on point.
Yep.
well, but because it's a V-neck shirt I feel like
That needs a little more scrubsy, but still.
little scrubs, but a V-neck is really comfortable. I got them from Dharma Trading Company. They come white, and I also learned that navy. You really need to go sparing with that navy. My hands,
It's
I
like
did that a
Merlot.
week ago,
Oh,
and my
yeah, I was
hands
like-
are still
Oh, wow.
blue,
I was
and
like,
that was from rinsing.
Did
I
Karin
used
do
the-
her
I
nails
used the-
recently?
Yeah, I did my nails, but only in the cuticles. Only the cuticles are
Oh.
still.
You should get some cuticle remover. Have you tried that?
It's all over. yeah.
Have you ever tried cuticle remover?
I think I probably have some at home. I should probably
Yeah.
try.
It might.
It
screw
might
it off.
actually.
I
That would
don't
be
know.
nice to not.
You just have to be careful because it'll,
At
dry
this,
your
but
cuticles
I'm going to
out, too.
teach a dyeing class this weekend,
Oh,
so
it's
I
just
might as well
more.
just wait
Yeah.
till.
Yeah, just lean into it.
Yeah, we're just gonna, yeah. Anyway, I wanted to have this done. The idea was that I would wear them to church and get more people interested in going on this women's camp out, because I'm going to do this cool craft. It's the only way I can really be with large groups of people is if and not have major anxiety is if I have something I'm actually doing that's helpful. So, anyway, that's what I did.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
Well, what are we excited about, obsessed with this month? I have 3 things on my list that I've been waiting.
Go for it.
I was gonna talk about these last month, but I talked about something else I don't remember. I think I talked about Lizzo last month. So I have 3 different artists that I recently followed on Instagram. The first one is an Instagram account called Coyote West, and it's Coyote West, all one word with an underscore. She is a fine artist, and all of her artwork is inspired by like the desert and like the Southwest, and her design aesthetic is something that I really love. Like, I find them to be very sweet, and I don't know, I really love all of her. I don't know, it really speaks to me. I really like it.
She calls herself a mystic cowboy.
I know, I want to buy. She also sells like t-shirts with some of her designs on them. I'm like, I need to get some of her art because it is so cool. I really love it. I would love to have a print, but artwork is expensive, is what I'm trying to say.
What is this? They say it's a NFT you can hold.
Yes, I know, right? So Coyote West is the first one. The next one is Emily Vanhoff. Emily Vanhoff, all one word on Instagram as well. She does art in the quilting arena, and she makes these wall hangings that are like squiggly quilts essentially.
Oh, those are cool.
And they're so cool. She makes that same sort of similar shape in a lot of different designs.
Yeah.
And
well, that's cute. She put on jean shorts.
yeah, she has them on jeans and jean jackets, and her artwork is also super cool.
Dress.
Yes, I know.
Ooh. It's just a white slip dress that she put 2 half circles opposing each other on their curves as the back.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, her stuff is super cool.
Yep.
Like, I love the wall hangings. Like, I think those look so neat. And I would never have thought to make a quilt that shape.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you make a quilt that shape. And then the third one is a ceramic artist. Her name is Kristen Von Patten. And she makes ceramic mugs, but in no sort of style like I've ever seen before.
Oh.
They make me think of like Star Wars.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like this
I love that
interesting
handle.
mix of like organic and she also does like metal work, but like very industrial looking, but also like organic shapes in the backgrounds and stuff. They're really super cool.
Yeah.
I found her because I saw some reel of when I was browsing Instagram, and I was like, oh, what is this? And I went and I looked deeper, but her artwork is really cool. And that is on my list of things that I would love to buy for myself, is one of these mugs, because I think they're really, really neat. Yeah, and it's just unlike any sort of ceramic art that I have seen before. So, Kristen Von Patten, I think, is a man. Because there are pictures of them working on their... Actually, I shouldn't assume what they are, but they look like a man. I assumed it was a female-owned sort of company, but I don't know. But I just find that their work to be rather fascinating. And those are the things that I am... Oh, his pronouns are he, him, so I can say that. Those are the things that I am interested in recently.
Can I go next?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I have someone else you're going to love. Thread and Sprout.
Oh, I already follow her.
Okay, yeah.
I saw that because she also follows
but her videos on how she makes these, and I've never thought I'd be into applique
Oh, I like
or
applique.
shapes, but it's awesome.
Aw.
Some of from her the backpack she's wearing, or even I like how she takes these scraps and she makes them into the most comfortable looking clothes, and she shows you how she makes her little forms and shapes, and she makes it look like it's not that hard. So I like that.
Okay, everybody go to Patrick Renna right now
Okay.
Okay, wait. So we're talking
on
on
Instagram.
on
This is
Insta.
not an obsession. It's just something that popped up in my feed right now and is completely distracting.
Patrick.
Renna.
Renna.
You will see.
Oh, yeah.
You will recognize him from Sandlot, and I
Yep.
started following him recently. 'Cause it's
Oh
just
my
like, oh,
gosh.
I love him.
I love that guy.
He's hanging out with Lizzo,
I see
and then
this.
she's teaching him the dance. It's wonderful.
I see him pop up on my Instagram feed every once in a while, and I'm like, oh yeah, look at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So one time, this is a few reels back. There's the she's a 10, but
right.
and it was a full on like awesome Sandlot reference. It's only 3 reels back.
Hey, Vic, she's a 10, but her favorite character's yeah. Oh, she's a 2. Yeah, 2 for sure.
A 2.
And then Yaya walks behind them. So one time, because he lives in Santa Clarita, Yaya,
Uh-huh.
or he did when we were in our 20s, I was matched with him on Match.com.
Nice.
But then he came into the bank,
No.
and I got a picture of that. No.
He's a 2.
Yeah,
He's a 2.
I mean, that's so long ago, the bank can't fire me now.
So
But Match also matched me with one of my old high school teachers, so...
Ooh.
Like, why are you shopping for someone who's 22, old man? Gross.
Ooh.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
I have one other obsession, and mostly because I got this from some show. What was the show I was watching? It's the one about.
Sorry.
I know that I always come to these obsessions like a decade late.
That's okay.
I'm obsessed with just wasting time just scrolling through TikToks.
Oh!
So I'm saying, I know everyone did that, 10 years ago or something
don't think-
like, it's not 10 years old,
no.
but I'm like, okay,
Karin,
I
you're
know
cooler
I
than
didn't
me.
get it before, but I'm like, oh, this is like
I
a
had to
time
delete it
waster.
off my phone.
Nope.
I was like, I can't look at this anymore.
I am still going to be watching recycled TikToks on Instagram for like a long time.
Okay, but
Proper.
I'm 41 years old.
but okay, I actually follow this. I don't really follow anybody because I just scroll through. But there's one person I follow because I love her human resources versus, what they call quiet quitting videos.
Oh, yeah. I don't get quiet quitting because those are actually the appropriate boundary. What I've read about it so far.
I know the
those
term
are the
is wrong.
appropriate
Yeah.
boundaries to set with your
Yeah.
workplace.
No, it's I feel like it's kind of a derogative
yeah.
term when really it's like,
It should be positive and celebrated.
because it's a myth.
Yeah.
It's a myth that if you go above and beyond, that you're gonna get paid for it. No, you're giving them free
Yeah.
labor, and they're gonna
Yeah.
keep taking free labor as
Yeah.
long as you give it.
Yeah.
And so Sarai Marie, Sarai, second name Marie, Sarai's threads. She's hysterical because she plays the boss. I know so many of them. I'm like, okay, how many more videos can we watch with one person playing multiple characters? It's getting old.
Oh, it's endless.
Endless. But hers are funny.
Yeah.
Like, I love her one. Like, so did you not see my last? You weren't picking up your phone last week. Oh, you mean when I was on vacation? Yeah, I saw your 27 messages, but I was on vacation. Oh, but I really no. I was
Yeah.
on vacation. So
Yep.
anyway.
Yeah, I answer my phone between the hours of 9 and 5 p.m. And
That's a great segue because my obsession is probably more suited to the book club, but still, regardless, that's what I'm obsessed with today. So Audible has a whole bunch of like free included things. And they have these pretty high quality productions. So they were advertising Big Lie, which is the story of the FBI trying to prevent the movie The Salt of the Earth being made, which is a movie I know I've like heard of but didn't know anything about. It's 6 like half-hour episodes. It's acted by it's voiced by John Hamm, Kara. I don't like her very much, but she doesn't play somebody.
Mhm.
Kate Mara, that's it. John Slattery is playing John Hamm's boss, which is perfect because that was who he was in Mad Men. But super talented, super well done. And I learned so much about something I had no idea about. And it's the Salt of the Earth is a movie being made about zinc miners, Mexican-American zinc miners who were striking and fighting the company for workers' rights. And it was deemed to be communist propaganda straight out of Moscow. And it's brilliant. Learned so much about something I had no idea about. So now I'm all like really bonded with the story of this movie. It's free on Amazon Prime. I started watching it this morning. It's not like an amazing movie, but it is an amazing movie. Through the lens of having listened to the transcripts and the storytelling of what really happened and really went into making the movie. And they had the actual mine workers play most of the characters. They had one A-list star who played the female lead, and then the male lead is actually the labor leader from...
What's it
Oh,
called?
that's cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's called Big Lie.
The Big Lie on
The
Audible.
Big Lie.
Yeah.
Oh, on Audible or on Prime?
Well, the
book.
Oh, the book.
well, it's more like almost like a radio drama.
Oh, okay. Like a podcast?
Well, it's
I was looking
released
at
in
the wrong-
episodes. It's in their podcast section. It's released as 6 episodes, and but it's like a radio drama.
Oh, I love radio.
It's
dramas.
really good.
The Big Lie. There it is.
And then the movie is The Salt of the Earth, which is streaming on many platforms, including Amazon Prime, and it's really good.
Cool.
Really good.
Sounds interesting.
So that's what I'm obsessed with for the last week or so. Really good.
Well, I think we've reached the end of our time here today.
Yep.
So we will see you all in a few weeks for our book club, and in the meantime, get in touch with us on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you want. Send us an email, stringsandthingsinfo@gmail.com. Check out our new classes. No, just kidding. We won't have new classes until October.
Our coming classes.
Yeah, we've got more classes in September. Also, we will have a charity event in September, so check that out. All the info's on our website, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Strings Unraveled is a production of Strings and Things Studio, with Anne Lekrevin Kazoli, Kaity Von Rader-Fraker, and Karin Wilmoth. Recorded and edited by Kaity Von Rader-Fraker. Find us online at stringsandthingsstudio.com or on Facebook or Instagram at Strings and Things Studio. You can email us at stringsandthingsinfo@gmail.com.